Under Plum Lake by Lionel Davidson, Part 3, Under Plum Lake, 14, the lake. It was 12 miles long and 3 miles wide, and it's the finest place on earth. That is what they say, and they know all the places on earth. It's shaped like a plum and surrounded by Ragusa plum trees. The roots of the trees are in the water, and the water is the same color as the plums, deep purple blue. It's just wonderful. It's marvelous. It's the only place ragusas grow. It's the only place you can get them. They don't keep. They only last an hour after they're picked. They send them round twice a day to all the hotels and guest houses. They send the exact number, one for each person booked in. You see the lake first from 2 miles up. You turn a corner on the mountain road, and there it is, deep in the cleft of the valley. It's very warm there. All down the valley, rooftops peep out of the trees, and at the bottom is the brilliant purple blue of the lake. But what I saw first were the kites. The air over the lake was full of kites. Then I saw there were people in the kites. All of the drive so far had been fantastic. We'd gone through mountains. Now for the last couple of miles we went slowly. The road was like a corkscrew and people were strolling down it. I saw the gardens of the hotels on all sides. I saw the children's hotels with the hammocks. I saw the pleasure dromes. We drove on the far side of the lake to a children's hotel that was almost on the water. The hammocks were slung between trees all over the garden. We booked in and he signed for things. Power slopes, skydiving, jubal racing. I'll do all that. I'll do it later. Right now, I'll do the place. The first thing is the air. The air is different everywhere in Egon. It smells different in different places. Here, it's from the ragusas. The trees give off a gas. It's a kind of laughing gas. You go about as if you were walking on air. When you leave a pleasure drome, you are walking on air. Your feet are just off the ground. The trees get the gas from the water, and the water gets it from the springs in the lake. The water is unbelievable. You wash in it, you drink it, it tastes of flowers, it tastes of grapes. The place holds 200,000 people, and there are over 100,000 hotels and guest houses. And there are over 1,000 hotels and guest houses. But you rarely see them. They're tucked into gardens. People get just 10 weeks here during their whole lives. They don't have to take a week at a time. They can take 2 days or 3. They say a week here is like 3 months anywhere else. The reason is you don't sleep. You take 5-minute naps between activities. A nap is like a whole night's sleep, though old people sleep longer. It took me some time to spot old people. They're over 700 years old, but they don't look like it. They don't move slowly or get ill. They can do anything. They can do anything anyone else can. They just have no eyebrows and their hair is thinner. That's the only way you can tell them. All around the lake is a promenade, nearly 30 miles long, with various pleasure gardens, and there are quays and jetties jutting out into the lake. You can eat where you want. You can do almost anything you want. Everything is free. The one thing you've got to do is be on the ground at ragusa time. You can miss it if you want, but you'd be crazy. It takes up to an hour to eat ragusa. The fastest you could do it is 20 minutes, but there's no sense in eating it fast. The slower you eat, the more you have. It was after 11 when we booked in, so we got our ragusas right away, and while we were booking in, 20 or 30 kids turned up for theirs. I saw some from the night before. They yelled with surprise to see us, and we all went out and ate ragusas in our hammocks. A ragusa is a giant plum, 8 inches long. You hold it by a stalk at one end and peel off the point at the other. You peel it like a banana. Inside the fruit is crisp like a pineapple, but chewy. It's as chewy as toffee. As you chew it, the part you've eaten grows back in place. It's the gas inside. It keeps replacing what you've eaten. It does it for 60 minutes, and then the gas goes and it melts. It's juicy and sweet like a plum, except no one would come down from skydiving just for a plum. It's the laughing gas. It's the floating feeling. You swing in your hammock and watch the ragusa grow, and you can't stop laughing. You tell jokes. We did that, and later we ate. Then, we went up to the power slopes. He hadn't told me it was the most dangerous sport in the world. He hadn't told me the things that could go wrong. I was just scared out of my life. I was so scared, I knew I couldn't bear it. And that is the end of the 14th part.